You are now listening to Between Us Girls, the podcast, where we discuss life's fuckeries and then some over wine.
Hey, this is Michelle, and welcome to our show. Sharonda and Jen, hey.
Oh, hi. Sorry.
You changed it.
You changed it around.
No, I didn't. This is Michelle, and then you wait for us to say our names, and then we say it together. Between Us Girls. All gay like.
We can start over. Go ahead.
You don't have to.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
Michelle always trying to change us up. No, I'm just playing.
I love you. This is Michelle, and
Sharonda.
Jen.
And this is Between Us
Girls.
Okay, now that everyone feels welcome. Okay, so if you stumbled upon our show by accident, thanks for listening. And you can always follow us on Instagram at Between Us Girls Podcast, Facebook Between Us Girls the Podcast, Twitter at Girls Talking Wine. And you can listen to us on Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, and iTunes. So, today we are doing something interesting. We are here at the Sphere Network recording with Miss Ess Murray.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Hargrove.
Hi.
My bad. Okay, so Ess, why don't you tell us a little bit about your show on the Sphere?
Well, I'm glad you asked. I am the host or co-host of All Things Beauty over at the Sphere Network. The Sphere, where everything is great. No, but my show is based around all things beauty, as it says, where we talk about fashion, makeup, hair, everything girly. And then sometimes we also get into men's fashion as well. The Sphere is a larger network where we have many shows. Some shows like Startup Masters, social. There's one called Hashtags, things like that. So, but like I said, my show mostly focuses on beauty. We have Activate, which is all about working out. Three Hues, Art and Wine. We have a doc show. So yeah, definitely check us out at www.thesphere.tv. But we're not here for that.
Okay. Well, thank you for that. Sharonda, what are we sipping on?
We are sipping on 14 Hands Winery. It is a Cabernet, and it is a vintage 2014. And wait a minute, let me finish.
My bad.
And for my alcoholics out there, Michelle. I'm just joking. I'm just
The
joking.
judgment, I feel.
No, it's just a fact. It's okay.
I cannot.
I love you. Okay, alcohol is 13.5%.
Wow.
And I only said Michelle because she bought it this one. That's why.
That ain't why. Because you always say that. Every time you
glad
read the
that you're able to
alcohol.
pronounce
Say it last time.
I do have a surprise coming up for you guys. It's not going to be a surprise. I'm going to tell you right now. Somebody in our group is going to make us some homemade wine. And she's trying to get the ABV to 20%.
Ooh.
She's
So
not
are
gonna
we,
step on it though with her feet,
Right? No.
like old Italian. Okay.
so how is this going to work on the show? Because
What you mean?
I mean,
What you mean?
we're already, with the
Just like the thing of
point-
juice worked.
That
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it just like thing of juice.
Thing of juice.
Woo.
Yep. Okay, so today we're going to talk about the second half of the show that we recorded with Ess on her show. We're going to talk about beauty hurts. This part is insecurities and whether or not bae is allowed to have a friend bae or a work bae. And if bae is allowed to have those baes, how much bae is too much bae?
That's
a lot of
bae.
I know
Over
bae.
Somebody gonna get a fight. That's all.
And somebody somewhere is like, oh, I can't stand that word. And I just said it like 7
I
times
know.
in a row.
You know it.
I'm one of those. I hate that word.
Turn all the way up.
All the way.
Before we start, though, I want to apologize to my co-host for fucking up the intro. Y'all know how that goes.
We love you.
Okay. So, should Bae be able to have friends of the opposite sex?
Yeah, if I can meet the bitch.
Dang.
You see what
Oh,
happened?
this us friend. This ain't your friend. She us friend.
She us friend?
She us
She
friend.
us friend.
Where's she at? And if I can't meet the bitch, that's not your friend.
Ooh.
Wow.
You're probably trying to fuck her, and I'm gonna fight her. No, I'm just joking.
I was like, wow.
Right out the gate.
No, I'm joking, guys. I'm joking. No, but I mean, everybody has a friend or a past person they may have dealt with where either they was trying to fuck or you did fuck just one time and you kind of slipped and fell in,
Right,
but
and
then
then all of a sudden
y'all
it's
was still
just
friends
best
again. Yeah, and then all of a sudden y'all are just cool now. Like, don't try to play people. Like, don't try to play me like that's not the case. Like, oh, this is just my friend. Well, then if that's just your friend, like, let's meet. And same thing, vice versa for the men as well. That they feel the same way. Like,
Oh, I don't think men like their women to
Significant,
have
yeah.
friends.
I think they
You
kind
don't
of
think so?
tolerate it, but they
No.
don't like it.
Yeah, I think in an effort to not look egotistical and insecure, it'll be like, I ain't tripping on that. Ain't nobody worried about that nigga. And then in real life, it's like, I'm watching y'all though.
right. Look,
I'm watching you.
you know his
I
name
was-
popped up on your phone
Right.
3 times today. That's my friend, though.
So, have you talked to such and such recently?
Bitch,
No, he went through your
why?
phone records or whatever. You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing.
And my phone's never locked. I don't even give a damn. You find something in there, let me know.
Which a lot of
Shit.
nobody like you. That's why.
That's
you don't have
true.
friends.
I don't like people. Nobody like. I don't have friends. I'm hiring for friends, y'all.
That is so funny.
What about a friend, a work bae? What about that kind of friend? Is that okay? S.
I'm okay with. I mean, he works with women, so I can't help who he works with.
Right.
Now, I do believe there should be levels. Like for instance, Facebook friends and things like that. I don't really like. Yeah, let's not work bae doesn't need to be Facebook friend bae.
Right.
Yeah,
You're going too far.
you're too far.
Yeah,
Now
you're
you're
going
Too
personalized.
much bae.
Reel it in, bitch. Reel it in. Reel it
So
in.
maybe but I understand how work relationships go because I am a woman too, and I work with mostly men, and I know what it can be like. So out the gate, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have an issue with it. I mean, people play around at work, and we always say we have work baes, but I think if I was in a relationship, there really wouldn't be so much of an issue for me.
Wait, you're saying if you were in a relationship, that
Yeah.
wouldn't be an issue for you?
It wouldn't.
Okay.
So it's not an issue for you to have the work bae or for your man to have the work bae?
No, for me.
I was about
He
to say,
can't have
I
them.
know your Tarian ass is not trying to sit
he
up here
can't
and be
have
like, I
one.
don't
You
care.
just don't put limitations on me.
Yeah, fucking
And
right.
tonight on Double Standards.
Right. I think
at
I think me and Pat are both on the same page where we're just kind of like, no. Because one time there was a post at one time, somebody was talking about it and he answered and he was like, ain't no such a thing. And I was like, okay.
You were like, I'm reading it.
I just made a note. I was like, so, okay.
So that means I got to get rid of my work bae.
No, I don't have that because I don't.
No,
I
I'm
keep
joking.
very strict boundaries with my coworkers because I'm like, you not gonna fuck me ever.
Right. I mean, like at work, I do work with a lot of guys too, but like we got what we call our day ones. Like it's probably a total of 5 of us, and only out of the 5, 2 of us are women. But we just kind of like hold each other down, like we always talk, or if we hear something, or whatever the case may be, like we're the closest. And it's like 1,000 new people that are working in our both our kitchens or whatever, and we're just like, oh yeah, hi, y'all are cool, but really kind of low key, we don't fuck with y'all like that because this is our little clique. Now that is probably about as far as I would go as far as a work bae.
I mean, and that's just like that
Is
to me is regular
concerns.
friendship. I think it
Yeah.
becomes an issue when the work bae starts to like step over the bounds.
Yeah.
You start texting and you start.
Oh no.
Meet me out for
meet
happy
me out
hour.
for happy hour, or even I'm gonna bring you lunch and that kind of shit.
Oh,
Bitch,
no.
you're not gonna bring my man lunch. What you're not not gonna do it. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
But I think that's why you have to put those boundaries in place, because if you allow it to happen one time, it's gonna be
But
like a
your
rolling.
grown ass should be able to create your own damn boundaries. You should know,
right? Like
what's
I shouldn't
right
have
or-
to show up at your job and be like,
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, guys.
with my hair wrapped up. You know what I mean? You know,
you know how like you
way.
embarrass your kids at school, like
with my tennis shoes,
like that kind of thing.
and the Vaseline on my face again. No,
She said Vaseline
Like
on her
I thought I
face.
told you not to have this hoe bringing you something to eat
Right.
for lunch.
Now where's Lakeisha? Tell that bitch to come outside. No. Don't make
You
me
know,
go
it's
get
Crazy.
Yeah. So, but like, okay. So,
her. Like, use discretion, people. Stop. Don't be dumb. Like, come on.
Or even if when we're talking about just regular relationships, period, men and women outside of work, right? Like, so a lot of you guys are his friends, you know, and so because we met in this environment, I
Yeah.
think it
That's
changes.
yeah.
It changes for us a little bit,
Yeah.
you know. So where I don't have really that whole, well, you can't have women friends, I can't have men friends, you know.
yeah.
I mean, it's
because
like
you're
impossible to do, you know.
Right.
I'm sorry, impossible to what?
Oh,
To
Lord.
not have men friends and women
I'm just
friends.
kidding. I'm just kidding. It's not
Don't you-
impossible.
why you-
It's not
This is
impossible, but I don't think it's
drawing
realistic.
Her boundary, her
This is
line.
Michelle. She's in here.
I don't really have male friends, but only because I do believe that when men say they're your friend, that they're always waiting for you to be like, you know what? I'm just so tired of my man. I've been waiting for you to just rescue me, and that's that bullshit. So
And
that's why I
insert your
don't.
penis here,
Right.
looking at
You think so? All men?
If you gave the chance,
If you gave them the chance,
you gave
they
them the chance,
probably
they
jump
would take
at
it.
it. Not saying that that's in the forefront, but I think it's always a possibility.
98 point.
That's when they friend zone us.
That's
They're like,
what
"Oh,
a lot
okay,
of
we're in
people
the
say
friend
though.
zone."
Like that, Omar. That's what he says. He's like, yeah, that's just they just waiting,
Right.
for the opportunity. It's just
Wow.
right.
Somebody ain't fucked yet.
I guess
So
I'm naive.
so
then.
the other side of that is, okay, so you have a female friend, your significant other has a female friend, you waiting on her man to fuck up, you trying to fuck that bitch. Okay, let me stop. Let's stop. But
Ooh.
I don't know. I think it's okay. I just think.
Look at S is like,
Is
wait.
he trying to fuck? What's
No.
up, man?
I think the thing is that there's just got to be boundaries. If you're gonna have a friend that's a female, then like Sharonda said, then we need to have a friend that's a female.
That's
It
us
needs
friend.
to be, and even if they've been friends before us, okay, fine. Let's go out in a setting where I can get comfortable to meet her, and vice versa.
Since it's us friend.
I mean, it's not fair to say this is my friend. You don't need to meet my friend if your
Right.
partner's not comfortable with it, because ultimately that communication and that openness is going to keep y'all from having those issues.
Yeah.
So how much of this is insecurity, and how much of it is just scandalous women? Like, because we don't treat other men friends like this. I don't have to meet all his male friends in the same way. You know what I mean? And the men can tend to be just as scandalous
as the
and
females.
Nowadays,
Yeah, because they're the ones who are like, oh, let's go out, man. I need a wingman. Hey, who cares if you end up falling into a pussy? It's not a big deal.
You fell in
know
it
what I mean?
accidentally.
Like,
It's not my business.
but I mean, I want to meet everybody.
Male and
I'm not trying to be
female.
controlling or nothing like that, but I want to meet everybody.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Shut up, Jen. But
I
I'm
don't
just
know. I
saying-
think I've never really cared. I mean, I have to the point. What? Oh, sorry, the microphone. I have cared to the point of, hey, if that's your friend and somebody who means something to you, then yeah, of course I want to know them, and I want they should know me, because I'm who I am. So in that respect, but I'm not even the type of person to say, oh no, that's who. Oh hell no!
Right,
Let me
you're
meet
not
that
going.
bitch. I don't remember seeing her name. You never talked about her before. In these past whatever amount of years, like
low key, but that's how you find out when some creeping is going on. Fuck is this bitch? Fuck she come from? What?
Here,
What?
if you're gonna creep, here's the thing though. If you're gonna creep, you're gonna do the shit either in my face, behind my back. Like you're gonna
Absolutely.
do it, and I'm gonna fucking find out. Like
Oh,
it
yeah.
always happens.
I don't
So,
believe in going
I
digging
don't
for
give
stuff
a
like
shit.
that.
I don't care.
I don't believe in going looking for that kind of stuff. I think
Yeah.
whatever you need to know will come to you.
It will fall in your
if
lap.
You need to know it.
every time.
I think
I
if
mean,
you go,
that's-
I think insecurities play a part if you keep going and looking
Digging.
for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
agree.
because you're constantly trying to figure out what he's doing, what's wrong with me, why wouldn't he want me, yada yada, and then you're looking for whatever he may have on his phone, on Facebook and inbox,
and it could
Instagram.
be a picture of like Bernice Burgos, and you're like, my God, I knew this was the kind of woman that you wanted. You know what I mean?
That's just you.
No, it's not personal. Like I'm not. This is not personal.
No, I know. No, I know. Guys, it's not personal. We're just messing with Michelle today.
I mean, because I say a lot of stuff. I'm just bullshitting around.
I will admit, in previous relationships, I got to the point where I was that insecure, and I'm digging through the phone and looking on the Facebook.
And that's when it's time to go.
Yeah, gotta know. Every time he sleep.
Yeah,
But,
You know,
that's
scrolling.
but see, aren't those the relationships that you already knew some shit?
I knew it was.
You just needed the confirmation.
Yeah.
It wasn't like you were digging without like, oh, let's just see what's in your phone.
But
like,
it wasn't
you weren't doing that. You
right.
was like, you needed confirmation. You had some other inkling somewhere. He looked at you funny on Sunday morning when he poured your coffee, and bitch, you cheating, aren't you? 'Cause I know you are. Look at your face. How you looked at me with your right eye. I saw it.
But
Like
the insecurity comes from it doesn't come from. Did it come from you, or was it? He gave you a reason to be insecure.
Yeah, a lot of it is because a lot of the lying,
Exactly.
you know,
Yeah, so
things
you
like
were
that.
Just, like I said, looking for confirmation because I've been down that road before, and I was like, "Yep, let me show you." That's why I don't fuck with you. Right there. That's why I don't fuck. We're breaking up today.
Yeah.
Remember my keys. Let's go.
I've been there.
I think being insecure is that's like one of the worst feelings that you can have.
It is
because it never
It is.
stops. It's like like
oof.
some feelings like. They kind of come and go, but that insecurity, especially after you've been digging, even like before, you're like,
and you found something.
I think maybe a little bit, but and then you're like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna open this phone. I'm gonna bust this hoe down. Brrr. You look at it and you're like, I can't believe this happened in my life. And then you're like,
oh my God, do that
obsessed with
again.
it.
That was so awesome.
Yeah, I wish y'all could see.
But you're
Michelle.
like obsessed with it after
Yeah.
that. Like it's like a obsessive, like
You can't sleep.
it's disgusting.
and then
it, like
you going
eats at you.
till you find something.
Yeah.
You
You
might
don't
find
eat
something
and
today.
shit. Yeah, I've been through
Yeah.
that.
Like,
I'll
that
never
is
go.
not-
That's
No way
the
to
person
live.
that hires the private investigator, shows up at the cheaters thing, and
Cheaters.
starts
The
hitting
show
their
Cheaters.
significant other with the flip flop or some wild shit.
I'm
Like that's
saying.
the person. That's the person.
And then the bitch run off to the van, and they give her a ride home.
She's crying.
And they check up 2 weeks later, and
they're
her
back
and Ray
together.
Ray got back together.
Right.
You silly bitch! I'm so tired of you.
But what I'll say about the
You
insecurity
simple bitch.
as it pertains to like the body shaming that we talked about earlier is like, is that enough to push you to the point where you feel so insecure that you're like abusive to your partner because you feel like they're already looking at you like you're not good enough? I talked to a guy today and he said that he was really struggling with his wife because of, I guess after she had kids, she turned into a different person. She's depressed. She feels fat, etc., etc. She's insecure. So,
Well, bitch, go run.
go
but
run
is
with
it
her.
so simple if
Yes,
if
it's
you're the
deeper than
type of
that.
person who needs validation from your partner or stuff
Yeah.
like that, and all you do is you see them liking shit on Facebook?
Yeah. Ooh,
It's
that's
like
tough.
a bitch who looks nothing like you, and you're like,
So does it
That's
hurt
tough.
more of a person that has really low self-esteem?
yeah. I think insecurities and self-esteem kind of can go hand in hand.
But at what point do you take responsibility and like handle the shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm only gonna let people suck for so long.
I know.
Did you try y'all to be? Or is this a contact link?
No, I actually do have. I'm not gonna go into it.
Okay, contact link. We'll roll with that one. So, I mean, at some point, you need to like
Man up.
get out of the
Own it.
fucking pity party and say, "Oh, I had 3 kids. I'm looking like a blob. Look at me."
I don't
Like,
think
go
but
fucking-
Not everyone's like
Yeah, that can.
No,
pull
I'm not
themselves
saying
out of
that
it.
you need to be like me. I'm saying at what point.
But I'm
does it
saying, be like me and be strong and get up. And do-
Yes.
No, I'm
Kick some
not.
ass,
I'm
get
just
up.
saying, at what point are you going to do something to change the one thing that you have a big problem with? Like, at what role do you play in that situation? You know what I mean? If I keep robbing banks, bitch, I'm gonna go to jail.
Shut up, Sharonda.
When am I gonna stop? You see what I'm saying? Like, okay, you cried for, well, how old are the kids? 11, 12, and 9. How many years you been crying over this shit? Okay, let's think about a meal plan.
It's like those people on My 600-Pound Life, though. Like,
Oh, they
at
eat
what
themselves
point?
into-
Right.
Yeah.
okay, that's the point of no return.
Well, at
No, I'm
what
just
point
saying.
do you,
at what
do you
point did
stop?
they? Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you stop and say, God damn. I'm like 430 pounds. I just
almost at
woke up and
immobility.
looked at it.
Yeah.
I need a new power chair because I can't walk
Well-
myself across the room.
Well,
I shouldn't have had that last
said
piece of
power
cheesecake.
chair.
You know what? Fuck this. Like,
How do
is
you
it
go
that
from
easy?
walking to not being able to walk the next day? Like that?
I hate you so
I'm
much.
sorry.
No, I'm sorry.
I'm just saying. She's like, these bitches came in my space.
No,
just
please,
hate
by
you.
all means.
No, I'm just saying, like, I have an issue. Here's my thing. I have an issue with any person.
Fucking with
I don't give a fuck who you are. I know you are, but I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to run it real quick. I'm going to give it to the people. I don't like it if you constantly sit back and you're complaining about the same fucking thing all the time. Like, at some point, you need to find out what it is you need to do to change it. Stop robbing banks. You won't go to jail. Like, simple. If you don't like the way that you look, like, start changing little things. I know nobody can do a drastic overnight change, but bitch, stop eating Cheetos and pick up a carrot. Like, you know, just little small things. That's all I'm saying. So stop being mean to me.
I'm not being mean to you.
I'm just saying.
I just laugh because I know you're serious because you're like, okay, so are you done crying? Like, that's you.
Like, are you,
You know
stop,
what I mean? Like,
stop
when
being the
someone is
victim?
like clinically depressed, you're almost like, I don't have time for this shit. You need to get all your synapses and all that shit together because you need to get your ass up.
Can you imagine
And
Sharonda?
no, you can't have no medication while you do it.
I'm not that mean.
So wait,
the
do
shit.
you have kids?
I have 3 kids.
And so this. Stop crying. Get over it. This is you.
Okay, you done? Are you still bleeding? Okay, no, you can cry while you bleeding. Go ahead.
Poor
See, that's
babies.
me with my kids too, though. I'm
All
like,
right, let's go.
you're not dead. Fucking crying for.
Yeah, like, well, did you die?
Like, there's no blood. You're not actually hurt. Like, I get concerned when I'm like, oh, you have a big mosquito bite on your head, Michaela. But, like, if she falls off the bed, I'm like, you all right? Get up.
Shake it off.
Because you
good.
can't see
good.
that. You know, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, no. Oh.
I mean, I'm nice and nurturing to
No,
my
you're not.
children. Yes, I am.
Okay. Me too.
Oh my God, you will not make me the bad
I'm
person.
kidding.
No, I
we
am.
both are, but I think she and I both kind of have that mentality of, you know,
That's
you
what
just
happens when
gotta
you have
kind of
boys.
roll with it.
Right.
You know, like the shit happened. Like, let's not stew in the shit. You know?
Yeah, it's gonna happen. You're gonna have a fucked up day. I've had a kid throw up on me in a business suit as I was late for work for
Right.
a meeting, and yeah, like I've lived that life, so there's nothing you can do.
This morning, Michaela in the car, she was like, I pooped on myself.
You are fucking.
She did, but she was fucking with me because now she's starting to mess with me. And she was like, at grandma's house. And I was like, I'll see you.
I wonder
love her.
who does that remind you of?
Who, me?
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not. Whatever, Jen. So
She get it from my mom.
Yeah. I love Michaela though.
see, like, this is the point where I'm like, I forgot what the fuck we were supposed to be talking about. We're talking about insecurities, right? And
Reel it back in.
how they thank you. But see, we need somebody like you. That's why we need Danielle. She's probably looking like,
Yeah, Danielle be pissed by now.
Okay,
So we were talking about
insecurities.
insecurity work. Yeah, the friends.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
but I
Or
think
not.
to your point, Sharonda, you know, everybody has their breaking point, and
Right.
everybody. So yours might be 30 days, hers is 90 days. So everybody,
Yeah.
you know, has one at a different time.
Yeah.
So until you get to 600 pounds, you're like, I can't do it no more.
Well, I mean, to me, those are extreme cases, and it may be, you know, a lot of extreme cases. There are a lot of people in the world, but at some point, you need to assume responsibility. Like, it just.
You know, I went to that doctor.
To
What,
the
600
600-pound doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I did
Were
to
you
lose
600
weight.
pounds?
Bitch, do I look like I was 600 pounds?
I don't know.
I think what she's
got
asking
that
is,
snap
then why
back.
did you go if you're not
Exactly.
600
Because
pounds?
I was trying to lose weight, and someone else actually went to him and lost a lot of weight.
Really?
Because he's really good. It's the they call him Dr. Now, Dr. N. He's the older one guy or whatever, man, doctor, whatever. And he's hardcore.
Really?
Yeah.
Does he put you on a meal plan or something?
No, he gives you a bunch of pills so you can lose weight. But when I would be in there,
And then he does the surgery?
yeah, then he'll do surgery. But when I went in there, of course, you had all these really obese people that didn't have shoes on because the shoes don't fit.
Damn.
And this you don't get like.
Right, exactly.
Over.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, at what point do you like Sharonda said? At what point do you stop acting like the victim and be like, hey, I need to do something about it because the shoes don't fit me. I have to wear nothing but socks.
I can't even imagine gaining that much weight. Like, how much calories do you
There
have
was,
to consume?
when I went there the last time, the lady got stuck in the toilet.
Okay. So.
Okay. Off the subject.
So, how did you guys like the wine?
I'm gonna give it a Danielle rating. I'm gonna go with a 17.
What is a 17?
And don't fucking
We're
ask me
supposed
why.
to be rating the wine on the scorecard, which I can't quite remember all the things, but I think clarity, taste, aroma,
Color.
and finish and body. Oh my God, I remembered all of them.
Smart Michelle. That
Yes,
was
I
a
did.
Whole body roll.
Whole body roll.
Whole body
We knew
roll.
she was going to do that.
I
though.
left out the
Y'all
song,
missed it.
but I did get a little bit jiggy with it. Okay. So, but my
Look at us.
number is going to be a 20. It was okay. I mean, it was pretty good for Walgreens.
Hey. No, it is good. Like, I like the color.
Yeah, the clarity and
clarity.
it has a pretty good body, but the finish is real light. I'm
Yeah.
so a connoisseur now. Okay, Jen,
Okay.
what's your number?
I think probably a 20 also.
Okay,
I actually
20
do like
high or
it.
20 low.
it's 25 is the max.
It's
Okay.
a max.
Wait, let me.
Okay.
You're going to pull it up?
You're gonna get the card.
Go ahead, keep talking.
Why you say 20, Jen?
I'm not a big fan of red wines.
Oh, okay.
But this one, the aftertaste is not nasty. Like some of them are really, really, they leave you like a really dry taste. And it's nice. I do like the taste of it. It's 20 for me
It was okay.
Okay.
for Walgreens.
I mean,
Yeah.
but that 13.5 don't
You hit it?
make it bad either.
You feel it?
Yes, I do.
Girl, anything gets me. Are you serious?
Take a sip of this. Drink that.
One beer can get me drunk.
Don't it feel good, baby?
I need to
You
rebuild
tipsy?
my tolerance.
I need to eat some food because I feel I'm like I'm on little wine cloud.
Maybe Tasty
too.
Teas.
Is
maybe
she cooking?
Maybe can we? No, might not. No,
I
thank
don't
you.
want her to fight me. I like her friendship. I want to keep it. I
Okay.
don't want her to be like, "Why you in my cake bowl?"
Fuck
I'm about to make cake pops. Move.
on my cake. Right.
You should be cooking for us.
Did you find a number?
I don't.
Every time.
the 5 is the top number.
Okay,
Yeah, 5
so
is the most.
so
Okay.
what? So yeah. Okay, well, okay. Appearance. How did it look to you?
It looks red.
Okay. Is it cloudy or any of the colors off?
Not really. I know when I went to wine class, they talk about legs. It don't have it.
Yeah.
No, it does. You have to swirl it.
Mm-hmm.
Your glass is not really tall enough to do
Oh,
it.
I'm
And
doing the
then-
most.
Yeah, it does have legs. You see
Okay.
them? The lines coming down.
Okay.
It's
It
very
does have-
it's very thin though.
It's leggy though.
Mm-hmm.
It's very thin.
The aroma
It
smells like
is.
red wine.
Yeah.
It
Is it?
does. That is dry for me.
Yeah.
It's dry.
Mhm.
It's
Use a
dry.
white wine.
I prefer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like white, but I knew that I didn't have time to refrigerate it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
So now that I'm a
Yeah.
professional and everything, I was
And we
like,
don't have the
"Well, there's
aerator."
red."
Mm.
Shh.
Oh, my bad.
She lies a
She won't
lot,
get us
y'all.
cussed out.
Wow.
She lies a lot.
Okay, so do you have a number?
Okay,
It's
so I
cool
get
to just guess. Just
Okay,
don't tell
well-
any other you guess.
19.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, great. Okay,
You
well,
like
Ess,
it or not?
is it good
Or
no? Oh,
Danielle doesn't like that, by the way.
yeah.
I know.
So we're just having so much
I
fun
love
without
it.
her. We're like,
Yeah.
Party
Like-
over here.
Yeah.
just in case y'all didn't notice, Danielle's not here. So we're just doing whatever we want, enjoying
She's
the
not
shit
here
out
to
of life.
Crack that whip.
Yeah.
I have a question. What made you guys start this podcast?
Because we talk shit all the time.
Yeah, we just talked a lot, and we kind of just decided that it was time to record our conversations, and then we were like, let's do a podcast, and it took a while, but finally got it off the ground, and now we're totally podcasting.
Well, I definitely see a lot what you guys are doing. It's beautiful. I love it. I love the camaraderie. I love the group. I love, I love it all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, we love you too.
Thank you.
That's really
Love you
sweet, and
too.
I really appreciate you guys having us in your studio.
Yes.
But can you tell our listeners where they can listen or watch you?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Well, of course, if you guys want to see part 1, because we did a whole part 1, it was like 45 minutes long, where we talked about, what did we talk about? Makeup insecurities. Is makeup is a must?
Yeah.
You know, are you fat? Are you skinny?
Are you skinny? Are you fat? Are you skinny?
Are you skinny? We talked about makeup shaming, beauty shaming, body shaming, celebrities, plastic surgery. We talked about all those things. So if you guys want to see the part 1 of that, please go to www.thesphere.tv/ATV. And of course, you can also find us on iTunes, Google Play Store, Stitcher as well, SoundCloud. And then we are on Facebook /The Sphere TV. That's also for Instagram and Twitter. And then if you just want to follow little old me and see what I be doing on a day to day, I am Instagram at ESSM1. Yes.
I just had a chuckle at that.
Why?
You were funny. I enjoy. I like comedy. I think it's great.
It is.
Yeah. Well, thanks for listening. So
We should do it together since she's not here.
okay. First let me do the social media real quick. I gotta say, 14 Hands has me a little bit tipsy.
It is.
But betweenusgirlspodcast.com. That's where you can always find us. Look at our little wine glasses there. Clink, clink, clink. You'll see our latest episode, and you can always click the pink microphone, and it will take you to the latest episode.
Oops.
Because that's what we be doing and stuff. And Instagram, we are at Between Us Girls Podcast. Facebook, Between Us Girls, the podcast. And you can join our Facebook group. Just search Between Us Girls in the groups. Come correct or don't come at all.
Hello.
Adult conversations.
Yes,
I love that.
adult conversation. And you might be scared, but it's cool. We'll embrace you. Twitter, at Girl Talking Wine. You can listen to SoundCloud, Google Play, Stitcher, and iTunes. And Sharonda and Jen. Bye.